Imagine a city of 1 million people, the largest metropolis the world had ever seen. There are no treatment plants, no chlorine, no electric pumps. And yet, this city has running water, public fountains, baths, even indoor plumbing. This isn't science fiction. This was Rome. While most ancient cities relied on wells, cisterns, and stagnant rivers, the Romans built an empire on clean, flowing water. They didn't just transport water, they purified it, using techniques so advanced that some rival modern treatment systems. They mastered aqueduct gradients that carried water for miles, built massive sedimentation basins to settle out impurities, and even filtered and aerated their water to keep it fresh. Their system was so efficient that you could drink from public fountains in an ancient city and expect it to be safe. Today, we'll uncover the secrets of Roman water purification, exploring how their ingenuity turned fresh water into the lifeblood of an empire, and how their solutions still inspire engineers today. Water was not just a convenience. It was the foundation of Roman civilization. The city of Rome had over 1 million inhabitants at its peak, a population density unheard of in antiquity. Without reliable access to fresh water, disease would have ravaged the city, and social stability would have collapsed. Clean water kept the Roman legions strong, allowed for public baths that promoted hygiene, and made urban life possible. Even Rome's famed bread supply depended on water-powered mills along aqueduct-fed streams. By securing a steady flow of clean water, Rome created something no other civilization had at scale: a city that could thrive, not just survive. The Roman aqueduct system was a marvel of precision engineering. Each aqueduct was carefully surveyed to maintain a gentle, almost imperceptible slope, sometimes as little as a few inches drop per mile, ensuring water flowed smoothly over great distances. Aqueducts used a combination of stone channels, lead or terracotta pipes, and monumental arched bridges to cross valleys. Engineers even tunneled through mountains when necessary. But these weren't just transportation systems. They were purification systems. By keeping water moving, exposed to air and sunlight, they reduced bacterial growth and kept it fresh. The long journey itself acted like a natural filter. At key points in the aqueduct system, engineers built piscinae lamariae, large settling basins designed to slow the flow of water and allow heavy particles like sand, silt, and debris to settle at the bottom. These basins were regularly cleaned by workers to maintain their efficiency. In effect, Rome had a city-wide pre-treatment system, centuries before the modern concept of municipal water treatment plants. This process dramatically improved clarity and reduced contamination before the water ever reached the city. The very design of aqueducts created a secondary benefit: aeration. As water traveled through channels, over cascades, and down stepped drops, it absorbed oxygen. This not only kept it tasting fresh, but helped control the growth of anaerobic bacteria. Some aqueducts even included drop shafts that re-energized the flow, preventing stagnation and flushing out sediments. A clever form of self-cleaning maintenance built right into the system. Evidence from sites like Constantinople and Pompeii suggests that some aqueducts incorporated sand and gravel filters at intake points. Water would percolate through layers of sediment, removing fine particles before entering the main channel. Historians also speculate that Romans may have used alum, a natural mineral, as a flocculant, causing suspended particles to clump together and settle more quickly. This technique is still used in modern water treatment plants. This level of sophistication shows that Roman engineers weren't just builders. They were scientists, experimenting with chemical and physical processes to improve public health. One of the most persistent myths about Rome is that widespread lead poisoning from pipes caused the empire's downfall. While Romans did use lead pipes, fistulae, for distribution, the water was rarely stagnant long enough to leach dangerous amounts of lead. In fact, the calcium-rich water of the aqueducts coated the pipes with a mineral layer, insulating the water from direct contact. So while lead exposure was a concern in some contexts, like cooking vessels or cosmetics, the public water system likely remained safe for everyday use. When water finally reached the city, it didn't just dump into a reservoir. It was distributed through an intricate network of castella, distribution tanks, and branching pipes. These tanks divided water into separate lines for public fountains, baths, private homes, for the wealthy, and even for flushing the sewers. Public fountains flowed constantly, providing free, clean water for anyone. The baths, enormous social centers, were fed by this system, allowing daily washing that kept disease in check. This made Rome not just the best watered city in the world, but arguably the cleanest. One of Rome's greatest achievements was its integrated sewer system. The Cloaca Maxima, a massive stone drain, carried wastewater away from the city and into the Tiber River. By separating waste disposal from freshwater intake, the Romans prevented the contamination that plagued many pre-modern cities. This was a revolutionary step, one that wouldn't be fully replicated in European cities until the 19th century. A system this vast required constant care. Rome employed entire teams of aquarii, water officials, and castellarii, distribution managers, to inspect, repair, and clean the network. Criminal penalties were imposed for tampering with aqueducts, underscoring their importance. Graffiti and inscriptions even record the names of water inspectors, proof that Romans recognized water management as a critical public service. This level of organization kept water flowing reliably for centuries. So there you have it, the incredible story of how Roman engineers purified water and kept one of history's greatest empires alive. Which innovation impressed you the most? The settling basins, the constant flow fountains, or the integration of sewers and aqueducts? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear what fascinated you most about this forgotten feat of engineering. If you enjoyed this journey into ancient ingenuity, hit like, share this video with a fellow history lover, and subscribe for more deep dives into the technologies that built our world. And next time you turn on a tap, remember, the idea that clean, running water should be available to everyone isn't modern. It's Roman.